For this tutorial, we're going to be using a lot of the same tools that we've done in the past, but then we're also going to be adding this idea of flattening our images and using multiple layers before we flatten the image in order to blend two pictures together. So what I've done is I have done a search, and I want you to search for two animals that you can morph together. So for example, I decided to choose this, this baby deer here with this golden retriever. So remember, when you are searching for images to manipulate, you always go to tools and you select large so that you're getting the large scale. You can see here, this is 10,000 by 1100. So that's a good size. I went ahead and I saved this. And then this one, the golden retriever one, is even larger, which is 2,400 to 1,600. So I'm going to use this one as the background because it's a larger image. To get myself started. Okay, so I've already got prepped and got those ready, so now I need to go to Pixlr. Remember, you do not need to sign in. And just go to Advanced Photo Editor. Okay, so the easiest way to get started is to drag the image into this space and it will open up a new one. Always choose the background image first, the one that you want to be the background. You can also think about, like, we can add a third picture later of maybe this animal is inside some kind of environment. So keep that in mind as well. But we can add that at the very end. So let's get started. The easiest way to do it on your Chromebooks is to go to Open Image, find your image, see if it's under Downloads, or Documents, Desktop. All right, so you can see over here, it created a layer. Put this up. And this is my new background image. I'm going to go ahead and pull in the second image. So all I have to do is come to Layer, and I'm going to add a new layer, but I'm going to do an image as a layer because I'm bringing in a new image, and I'm going to have my baby deer. You can see these are two different sizes. But that's okay. We're going to be able to learn how to adjust this in a little bit. So the first thing I need to do to make life easy is to get rid of the background so that I can manipulate these pictures better. So we've already learned this tool, and that is to, I'm going to go ahead and rename this deer and dog, so I don't get confused. Okay. So let's use the magic wand and see what we can get out of the magic wand for this picture. I'm on the dog image. So I come over here, I'm going to click. You can see it did a really nice job, and I just click delete. Perfect. I like the way that looks right now. And now let's go to the deer. Oops, Control Z. So what I did is I took the selection. Remember to select, choose a deer. Now you notice it's taking a little bit too much of the chest right here, or the neck. So I'm gonna Control Z to undo that. I'm gonna change my tolerance to be a little bit lower. Try that again. And that's even better, but I still see some right here. So let's see if I can go even lower. Let's try 10. Select, deselect. That is better. Okay, now you can see here that this must have had a watermark on it, and that's why it has those marks right here. So I'm going to have to go in and figure out what that color is and get rid of that as well. So let's go ahead and select, deselect. I'm going to get rid of these colors here. Again. Zoom in so you can see what's going on. All right, so I'm going to have to do some lasso tool here to work on this. So give me a minute to figure that out. And I invert and delete. Okay, so I've gotten rid of a lot of the excess right here. I'm not going to worry about this because actually I'm just taking the head and I'm going to move it over to the golden retriever. So I'm not going to worry about any of those details just yet. So let's deselect. Okay, and now you can see that the deer head is going to be way too small to put onto this golden retriever head. So I need to either make the golden retriever smaller or the deer larger. In this case, I really want the golden retriever to be a little bit smaller because I'm going to have it inside of a background in a little while. So let's go ahead and work on resizing this picture. We haven't really worked too much on that yet. So let's come over to just the selection tool. Okay, and make sure you're on the dog image, and we are going to resize. Actually, I've decided that this one will be easier to resize because this one is the background image, and so it is more difficult to resize a background image. In retrospect, what I should have done is had my background image set up first and then later added the two images because it make it easier for resizing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this picture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crop this down so that I don't have to worry about having such a large image to work with when I'm resizing. So let's go ahead and crop this. And then click apply. Oh. All right, that actually crops the actual both pictures. I want to just crop the deer image. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to lasso it. So we just do this, invert, and delete. Okay, so now we're just stuck with the head. Cool. So I got my selection. Let's Control C. Always forget I need to deselect. Okay, got my head here. There's the legs down there. That's really funny. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Select, deselect. Remember, you don't want to have a selection. There. Okay. Now we can work on the size. You can see that the dog's ears are a little bit too big right here. So I'm going to have to get rid of those ears to make this a little bit easier. So I'm going to come over to the dog and I'm going to get rid of the doggy ears. I could probably even get rid of the whole head. Actually, might be better. Let me just do that. Okay. Select none. Let's move the deer over. Nice, that's looking better. All right, so I think that's good size to scale. Now what I need to do is I need to erase some of these pieces around here. So I'm going to use my eraser tool and I'm going to get rid of some of that. And I need to go larger. And I'm just going to come around and clean up these edges. It's okay if my image goes off of the frame. It makes it look a little bit more natural. That must be from the dog. Okay, and I'm gonna come around and, whoops, that would be the dog. Come around and kind of round out here. Okay, I chose two images that have very similar colors, which makes it very convenient. Now we're gonna learn how to kind of blend this together a little bit. We're gonna use some of the tools that we've already used before. So let's think about how we can blend these two images together. However, right now they're on two different layers. So if you tried using the healing tool or the clone tool, you're gonna have a problem because it can't pull any pixels from both of them. So the first thing we need to do is actually flatten this image. So all you have to do is come over to layer. Actually, I'm gonna wait to flatten my image. I'm actually gonna pull in a background image first, because then when I flatten the image, it'll already have the background image in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for one. All right, so I found a fun picture to use. I'm gonna go ahead and add that layer. So I go to layer and add images layer. And let's see where it is. As you can see, the background has showed up on top and I want it to go larger. But the first thing I need to do is I need to expand the size of this to fit my whole screen. There we go. And then I need the background image to go behind the other two. So I'm going to choose the layer down here. There we go. All right. So now I'm ready to flatten the image. So I'm going to go to layer, flatten image. And now I'm going to blend these two together since I've already got one single image right now. And I can come in here just like we did with the restoration. We can start to blend and heal. So I'm going to first try the healing tool because that's going to be the simplest. Let's see if we can heal these pixels together. I think I still need to go bigger. Now, if you need to add some of this texture back up here, all you have to do is use the clone tool. Let's go larger. And just spend a lot of time working on getting this exactly the way you want it. Okay, once you got it the way you like it, go ahead and export it and submit it to the document.